Okay, Marina, you're live.
Hi, everybody. Hello, world. How you guys all doing? I hope you had a great weekend with your family and your friends. And thank you so much for coming. Come on in. I'm going to wait a bit until I can see a lot of you coming. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Olga. Hello, Elka. Hello, Dustin, Angela, and Shema. Hi, everybody. Hello, world. Gina, hello, John and Shelly and Kathy and Val and Leslie, Lalita, Julie, hi, Tija, Trisha, hello, everybody, George, Don, Laura, Bat, Angela, hello, everybody, Jill, Denise, Stefan, Nicole, Maggie, Robin, and Ra, hello, Roslyn, hello. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for your support and donations. You're very kind to put trust in me and my material. I'm very grateful. Of course, I was going to do Q&A. And of course, I got new information. So again, please do not trust me 100% when I say it's going to be only Q&A. I always going to have some Q&A, but if information comes in, they just give me the information, and I know I have to say I don't want to delay the information. Sometimes I'm not allowed to say things the way it was about the crypto. Just be very smart. The people that will do very well with the new crypto system is the ones that really understand blockchain technology, and you look in the codings on it. It's not going to be the same the way is the stock market, the way you read the stock market. Anyone that understands the technology and especially blockchain, if you read the codes, you will understand if they're telling you the truth, if this particular system or whatever they're promoting is possible to work or not to work. Okay, so some people will do very well and some people may not. Because the system is very tricky and some of it is designed to be tricky. New systems are coming up with that are popping out of nowhere. And when you see something, and let that be a clue for you, if you see something that all of a sudden blew up overnight and big gurus are talking about it, look into the codes into this system, and then you're going to find some of the truth, okay? Not all of it, I'm sure, because we did discuss artificial intelligence also. But it's going to be like a Russian roulette. You are gambling until you know the truth, what's really going on. So that's about it. I will not discuss more about crypto because I cannot promise you what could be done and how could be done. I just know overall that you got to be clever with this system. Again, the repetition, that new system is going to be completely different system that will save humanity. I cannot tell you what it is because I don't know. They're not telling me, but it's something completely different that we know for now. So if anybody claims that big money are coming here, big money are coming there, this is not what I was told. And I was told that since the beginning. So it's the same. So they were asking about gold. Gold is always going to be something secure. And if you do not buy banknotes. You don't know, they can shut the banks and you cannot take your money. You can't take your gold. If you do that, it should be in something that you can exchange. But at the moment, I don't see it coming to this point. Something is sustaining the system, that it's balanced and is not crushing. And that is, you can thank that to the good guys, Last time we discussed about the hybrids and the hybridization program. And I want to apologize if you don't see captions underneath my video. We've done everything possible, but sometimes it's coming up and sometimes it's not. So it's nothing I can do if YouTube, for some reason, some glitches happen. I'm not going to think negative. But we try to have this so you can see, because I know sometimes my accent is a little bit off. Sometimes it's rough or depending of maybe how I feel at that day. So I apologize for that, but I'm doing my best. So last time we discussed the hybridization program. Whoever did not see that, please go to season 4 and you're going to see what we discussed about the hybrids and how this was necessary to happen to preserve humanity and especially the DNA structure. We also discussed the splitting of the timelines and that these timelines are basically parallel running timelines, realities, fractals, that are basically we created it now, but one reality, the two of them are making into the platform of creation, and they have different outcomes. But because everything is now, from the future, you can change the past by recreating new structures of reality if you know how the quantum structure works. So for the new people, thank you so much for your support and thank you so much for your trust. Please go to season 1, the Harmonic Reactor YouTube channel, or you put Marina Jacobi, Jacobi, and start from season 1, episode 1, and so on. And in the meantime, you can always show up here. Right now, I'm booked up to the end of 2023. If you wish to have session and to find a session, it's automatic system. So frequently visit the site because if somebody cancel, I will not see it before you do. So you can just book. Sometimes literally the next day could be something available and I didn't see it and people switching and it's new booking. So that's for that. And I'm sorry that I cannot physically be possible to do all the sessions at the same time. I posted something on Facebook, was like a statement because I was seeing what is happening. I also knew from the Council of 9 and now the hybrids. We did say that things will be escalating in 2022 and you're going to have a like crescendo and things since the beginning. The Council of 9 said, if you go to my previous channelings, that they did say since the beginning is going to be up to 2023, maybe 6 months to a year up or down of stuff. So the way I see it right now is 2023 and up when you're going to see things are really starting to, you're going to starting to see the big difference. Basically, the way I saw it and the way it was shown to me, you may have somebody doing something horrific against humanity. Absolutely makes sense why that senator or lawmaker or mayor will do something crazy. But we know that in the end times, what is good looks bad and what is bad looks good. They reverse everything. And you can see that through the school system, through the videos, through the music industry. It's a disgrace of what they're showing to your children, and you're curious why your kids behave in a different way. That's because they've been programmed from the hologram that is constantly projecting in a consciousness that creates sonic vibration, and you start projecting and behaving on that resonance. That's why the Council of 9 suggested to pull away from mainstream social media, to connect with family and friends, and to start looking at alternative media that resonates to you. And don't allow anyone to tell you what your reality should be, but trust your instinct, because the true structure is within your body, within your consciousness, because you are part of consciousness. If you remember consciousness, I wrote it like a circle, and you're part of that consciousness in your own holographic reality. In the meantime, there are infinite different realities with consciousness itself. Each reality has a universe. Each reality has a fractal momentum for itself. And at the same time, you're reprinting everybody in a 360 degrees in the structure of the matrix itself. So we call it reality within the reality, infinite of probability structures. But because you're part of that, the negative and the positive is also part of that, which for some reason the negative pull away and restructure itself to such an extent that does not recognize and understand that they're also part of the structure. So when consciousness is starting to resonate in a higher frequency, to basically mutate itself in a high level of vibration, is going to be like a ripple effect through each platform of infinite realities in a structure itself. And this is why you're going to see simultaneously running two timelines right now, when you're going to see the evil completely showing itself off, because they are splitting the timelines as we go. And this is how you will recognize right in front of the face what's happening by seeing different into your hologram on the planet Earth. You're going to see, for example, a senator that will do something completely crazy, and then you will have another person to do something completely positive to block that structure. And the consciousness itself, we never allow this to continue, no matter the Council of Nine set, and also the hybrid set in this message, which I'm going to read it to you. They also said that no matter how many times somebody is trying to do negative, consciousness itself will restructure and create another hologram frequency to block that person or that situation. It's gonna keep recreating holographic imprints within itself, because it's moving to the next level. And it will disseminate, and this particular reality person of the negative structure will not be able to withhold the new frequency that consciousness is infinitely projecting to over mutate, is mutation. You come up, is going to do it again. You come up again with negative, it's going to do it again. And it's going to be over and over and over again through the structure. So let me share something that I was telling everybody. It was my own thoughts, but of everything I've learned. I'm going to share a screen right now. And I wanted to show you something I wrote in Facebook. Again, for Facebook, I'm shadow banned. So not every video or message you're going to see. And don't worry if you don't, I don't accept you on Facebook. I'm public. So go ahead and look into my feed, and you're going to always find something. But even if you're friends with me, you may not see what I post because I'm shadow banned from there. And I know that. So this is the message I wanted to tell everybody because I saw what was coming. And I've been telling you for a while that they're going to squeeze you and bring you to your knees. And if you're not clever enough and you wait to the last moment, the bomb to explode in your face, you may not be able to recover. And then it's going to be very difficult for you to do the quantum manifestation protocol, or you don't even know about that. And here we go, how the reality is splitting. And some of you have to exit the hologram, will not be able to make it through the process of this ascension. So I discuss here's all your message. Then the negative side is going to put so much restrictions so you can lose your business, and that is by design. And this is, by the way, look what's happening in New York. I mean, they just shut down the Rockets, and permanently. Does that make sense to you? Then you have incredible doctors that are giving you all the system and what's really happening. You have lawyers, again, for the new people, stopworldcontrol.com and the America Frontline Doctors. Go into that site and you're going to find videos after videos and proof of medical doctors that they shut down to appear on the mainstream media, and that is also by design. If you want to know the truth, again, then I said, then when they shut down everything, that's going to completely deplete you of money, of income, and everything else. And how do I know that? Not only of what my guidance told me, but also of the fact that I came from a communist country, guys. Don't forget that. I can see what's happening so clear. And it's shocking to me that some people are still oblivious of what's happening, you know. But again, it's not a judgment. I'm saying this from a pain, okay? Because it's painful for me to see. Robert, I'm sharing the screen, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And of course, this is by design. So I'm going to go. So now once you comply and you get into their system, they're going to tell you, oh, we want to help you. Look what's happening. You don't have money. The way they gave everybody money. In the meantime, you're sitting at home and you're doing experimental drugs on yourself, which actually every single system of these companies is completely exempt. I mean, who in the right mind is going to think that it's okay company to exempt themselves if they do something by mistake or by design negative to you? That right there should be like a red flag for everybody. And yet you blindly following because you're being indoctrinated. You know, again, the hologram was repeating and repeating and repeating through the social media in your aspect of your school system, at your work, and you finally gave in and you stop asking questions. And this is how I said you become a puppet. And here's how you become in a totalitarian society system, social system. And this is the steps that they're taking. However, because the timelines are splitting up, there will be people that during this process, you are going to be thriving and really be sane in every step of the way through the process, to the point that you even going to become richer than you ever been. And there will be people to find themselves in very tough situation. These people that find themselves in very tough situation is because, not to put you down, is because it's your key for you to choose to change. That's why you're being brought to your knees, so you can get up and do something. The ones that still continue to fight with it, still don't see and still don't do the research, they're the ones that are going to go really deep into the mud, and you may never be able to recover. So it's going to be in an individual basis. And this is already happening. All this indoctrination is in your school system. Some of the schools right now, I heard in New Jersey, they're shut down. I mean, again, it's happening. And I gave you warning about this months ago from the Council of Nine. I've been telling you about this, that they never going to stop. We're going to stop them. And this is what's going to manifest in the hologram, which I'm going to give you the information from the hybrids the way they were saying. And I'm hoping over here that the American nation, I know you're going to wake up, because you're very good in the heart. You hold in a specific frequency within the heart for transformation. And this is why the Council of Nine since the beginning said that it's going to start from America, and everybody's going to watch America. Because don't forget, America, that we are nation of different nations here. Everybody came here as an immigrant, the original or the Native Indians. Okay, and look what they did to them, you know. So everybody else is basically like a foreigner, but you hold a specific frequency vibration of the change, and once you wake up, they said you're going to be like a lion. So this is the harmonic reactor for everybody. Thanks so much for the new people that are coming. I didn't refresh my page. Make sure you press on the link here, Quantum Manifestation, to open the videos. You have all the information. I included another detox video from a doctor, and that is definitely for, again, you gotta open this to see all that. So I did all this stuff information. I've been giving more and more here. And the latest one that I included over here was basically about what happens when you if you starve yourself. But we're not talking about starvation. We're talking here about basically detox for 7 days and what's happening in the system. And it's actually going hand in hand with everything I talk about in my detox video. The detox video, for everybody that is new, understand that this is based on the way the hybrids end up teaching me, and took a 1 year of total detox of slowly but surely every 2 weeks of elimination diet, and is a process. This basically is, and this is the websites and the books. Again, the books, we have them now in Chinese translation. Thank you so much, Thomas, for doing that. And this is the stuff. And I also want to thank so much to Candy Words. Thank you so much for your support. Evolve Technology, this is for your kids. I always said I will support the people that I really think they're making difference. Thank you again. And I'm gonna go back into the stuff that I was talking about. So now the hybrids, the way they were discussing, you know, I gave you again repetition of what we know, but it's good to repeat that, because, you know, quantum structure is complex, and I don't mind at all repeating. So have your questions based on that. So I'm going to give you the message from the hybrid, and then I know you love for me to channel. So I'm going to honor that and see what they basically going to say. Here's one picture of the hybrid. Here it is. Okay. And they said, new era is coming. This is from the hybrids. Humans, we are the hybrids. In the years to come, you will discover your true origins and how much you have helped being part of the hybridization program. It was truly vital to preserve your real original DNA so we can continue together into the interstellar era. And that is your future evolution. To hear this message, know that you already made it. This broadcast is designed to come into your reality in specific download to activate your genetic memory. So now be ready, humans, because the upcoming year of 2022 will be the true battle to come for your freedom. A lot of you will see the truth and you will reawaken and activate your true potential. You will re-emerge as warriors from that experience that is already decoded into your cellular DNA memory, and the powers of the negative side is trying to eradicate that within you. So whatever is happening right now is towards eradicating the original codon of the DNA, because now you can go into all the stuff that they want to do. And we discussed transhumanism and AI and all the stuff. Again, we're talking about the Archon AI, not the organic fifth dimensional structure. So in the coming months, you will see tremendous pressure and deception. But in the end, the evil will not withstand the frequency of the energetic awakening force of the holographic reality. And I explained that in that structure. It will become so potent of a frequency from consciousness itself. Is going to start projecting so much potency within the people that are trying to do negative stuff. It will become so potent on positive awakening. Basically, a lot of people are going to awaken, and everybody's going to say that the frequency into the collective is going to become very potent. That's what they're talking about. That simply the negative will burst of action after action, and that will be in complete destruction for them. Basically, what they try to say here, once this start happening, they're going to keep trying over and over and over to do something negative. But every single time they try to do something negative, they're actually going to amplify their own frequency from the negative, and it's going to collapse on itself. Whatever basically they project is going to come with a more powerful force to them as the same. And that will collapse whatever they're trying to do. How that's going to collapse is infinite of probability. Basically going to be a situation. Each situation is for itself. Each reality is going to be for itself. For example, there was somebody that, I don't know what senator ended up stopping the money they were going to give to the illegals, not immigrants. When you're crossing illegally, you're illegal, not an immigrant, you know. And it will basically, that's going to be the destruction when you saw that they tried to do something and you have your own Democrat, basically, correct me if I'm wrong for that, but that's what I heard, stopping the process of it. So you're going to see stuff like this basically out of the blue. Consciousness is going to create a reality, then it's going to pop out of nowhere, and it's going to basically block whatever they try to do. And they said this is going to be infinite. And you also have that message into the prediction downloads. You're going to see a lot of stuff that I said there. I even said about nano there in certain stuff years ago, and discuss about virus, but I didn't know it was that crazy. And they said it's going to be destruction for them. Negative will suffocate of its own doing. And I just show you the quantum structure. How is this possible? into the field. Why is this going to happen? Because of the quantum structure and the way everything works in a quantum field of the matrix of our reality. So they said every step that we'll take, it will be a trap of its own doing. And that is the quantum structure again. More potency, more they do, more potency they're going to do. Why? Because they are also part of consciousness itself. When consciousness itself is moving to the next level, they're actually going to self-sabotage, self-extinct. And that's what's happening in the timeline of their reality. They're going to reach extreme technology and not be able to go to the next level because they disengage so much of consciousness itself. They don't know how to reproduce the frequency from the heart, which they lost completely through the process. They don't even see it. They don't feel it. They don't see it. It's like a psychopathic behavior, but they don't see that it's psychopathic behavior. You do. And yet from consciousness itself, what is psychopathic behavior? For them could be psychopathic for you to listen what they're saying to you and you oblige without even thinking. Well, that's for me psychopathic. Okay. Because its logic is out of the window. You left the logic. So in consciousness, there is no right or wrong, simply is momentum of frequency. However, if that frequency takes more potency, it will self-restructure. And I just show you how this is done in the consciousness itself, from consciousness itself. And they said that the negative will build its own grave. So humans, be ready. So your true potential is awakening, and you are all doing to create and rewriting your new history. So as we go, we also create. So I don't care what happened to you before, how it happened, who and how. Understand that consciousness is created in the now, in the now, in the now is a new reality. So it doesn't matter what happened before. Restructure it and start as a new version of yourself by behaving as a new version of yourself. And that's going to reconstruct the new realities, and you're going to lock yourself in a positive reality. So it's never basically too late. But if, because the whole platform is running its own program, if you delay, not that you cannot be able to construct it, but you may need to put a lot more work in order to mutate something the way you wish to. That's what I'm afraid of, because I know what it takes to transform. I've been through all that. And for the new people, season 4, there is a video on season 4 that is called Examples of Manifestations. Watch that video. It's going to help you how I did that and what it really takes to do it. It's not easy. It's very challenging. So that's why I don't want you, I said to you, when you see something, make sure you react right away and do something right away. Don't wait through fear, because more and more they're going to bombard you with negative stuff. And if you lock yourself into their system, it will be sometimes probably impossible for some people to know how to get out, because they're going to be in complete fear. And when you're in fear, you lower the vibration and you cannot manifest properly, because it's going to mimic from the quantum structure your fear. And you're going to keep looping in the same situations you can't get out. Okay. So they say all is left now for you to trust your own selves and let it be in the flow. Do everything in the flow. Do not have the fear. We discussed that. Season 1, episode 1, and so on. Do not hate, but understand and observe, and then quiet. Be in control. Then make a precise decision and strike with a force of your true will and power. Quantum manifestation 101 here. Collect everything, pull back, 0 point, season 1 knowledge, focus. Who is doing what? Who is doing what? And play the chess game. Be clever, maneuver. Don't get in panic and don't get violent. Peaceful non-compliance. Find the proper lawyers, find the proper stuff, because everything that is done right now is against the human rights. You have the law on your side, but they trick you so much that you don't know what you're doing. You know, wake up and find the proper people. Again, American Frontline Doctors, stopworldcontrol.com. And I give you a lot of links that you can find lawyers and everything else. By, for example, company can apply, the employers, it can stop the way they did with the Southwest Airlines. You have the power. Take it. Don't complain and this lunacy people, you know. So they said, awake your power and project it like a powerful laser. The laser was the focus of the frequency vibration, because when you do the imagery of whatever you see in your hologram, you analyze that. And there was a video in season 4 that was an analyzation program. Why some people cannot see, because when somebody project from a frequency of TV, for example, some kind of a projection towards you and is non-stop, and you tune in by your consent into their program, it will overtake your overall program and is going to change it, and you're going to start vibrating with their own platform, and you may not be able to see what's really happening. That is why this is happening. Okay, but what they say with the laser precision, when you're aware, when you know what's happening, and when you start questioning things, you're going to start breaking down their platform, and all of a sudden you're going to start awakening, and you're going to start finding a new version of information, of alternative media within your own structure, so you can shut down this program by taking action. That's why they say laser precision, by analyzing, because the laser precision is actually frequency of vibration. That's what it is, that holds specific resonance. And when you actually connect the heart with the imagery and you take the action, that particular reality will mutate everything that is happening through synchronicities, something that you create as you go. Don't think that you're going to know the scenario, how this is going to happen. You're running on a program, but in any given moment, because it's fractal shift, if you remember that from season 1, frequency vibration shifts, new earth and new earth every moment. Every moment you will be able to hold the vibration with the laser potency of the same actions and belief system. Be clever in order to mutate that. This is very complex, you know, but you have to learn the structure so you know how to mutate that. So they say that's why they want a laser. Why they want the laser one? Because it's got to be precise. That laser, that thing, remember I did it this way, that's how sound light is like, that has a code, and this code is almost like a geometry. It has numbers, which they gave me a couple of numbers here for you to start. That needs to overtake the frequency vibration of this one that has numbers, and yours has got to be more potent on vibrational power, on a sequences, more force into it. That's what they say laser, because your laser focus of a power of the emotion is going to be more potent in force to overtake it. Think of it as a wind, not just the breeze. They don't want the breeze. They want the wind, the tornado that is coming, because it's completely going to overtake. And that is happening through your belief system, your action, thoughts, and the emotion from the heart to hold the vibration of the same. So don't wiggle. Don't go back and forth. This is fluctuating reality, season 1. Study this. 1 + 1 = 3. Remember that? For the new people, please go to season 1. And they also said, awake your power and project it like a powerful laser of actions, which I just explained the quantum structure of it. The evil will never be able to withstand that, because of the true power is not in the destruction. They say true power is not to do a destruction. Destruction is easy. Basically, it's very easy to distract. I don't like this person, doom. You destroy everything. But to rebuild, even when you see no way out, they said, well, that is the true power, because you learn to have faith, strength, and it's how you learn to become a true master of your reality. And this is why it's a learning process of how to do that, because you cannot create, mutate, bilocate, and create realities and universes if you don't know how to mutate something from positive to negative, or for remember, in a quantum structure, again, negative to positive, it doesn't matter. It will have a balance, because you have to be in balance. You don't want to be too much in goody all the time. Oh my God, life is beautiful. Then everybody can come and overtake you. Even if it's a competition, you will be overtaken. So you have to be in balance. You have to know how much at one, how much force and how much strength. Sometimes strength, somebody can say, well, you are a negative person because you told me what I should do. Well, but I have the strength and I have the knowledge. So why not voice my opinion in a nice way? And then if you choose, you can, take it into consideration. There are ways how you can project yourself and how you to be strong and be a leader without overtaking people's consciousness. And that's what I'm trying to project to everything I do to you guys. They said this is necessary. So basically they were saying it's easy to destroy, but wait until you try to learn to rebuild. That takes true power. Okay, that really takes true power and true knowledge of your reality. All this was necessary, they said. This new reality that you're creating now will be the foundation of the most powerful future for you as a society, global, society. The future of the new race, where all is compassion and recognition of love, heart connection. From there, the reality is strong in the matrix, because the frequency of the vertical vortexes is so potent and precise that will build the most strong reality holograms that can never, ever be overtaken. So let me explain. We discussed the potency frequency, vibration, how it's going. It's got to be precise laser, the way I was discussing, not a breeze, but tornado, very strong, very potent. The spinning of that, when you create reality, you create a matrix, you create, for example, a blueprint. That blueprint that you're creating has a frequency vibration, but they want this blueprint to be so strong, so precise and frequency that is not fluctuating too much. It's like a doom. It's right there, is locked into the matrix of the hologram, of the reality, of the whole reality. Remember, your reality within the reality. So if this is your reality, you want something very strong, very potent, with a frequency of actions, thoughts, and deeds to be so precise. And when you act from the heart, and that locks in, permeating the hologram of consciousness itself, creates a reality of universe or reality of a planet, whatever you create. It's very precise and very stabilized, does not fluctuate up and down. Again, season 1, fluctuating realities and mobilizing structures. That is the knowledge for this. That's your foundation. Why this is so important to do this. And that's what they want us to do. But that also will show the power. When you pull your presence in front of everybody, they know you hold power. You know how you see some people that they walk into the door and you have that sixth sense that you know that this person emanates power? That's what they talk about in the reality. You simply know that you got to respect that person, or this person is important figure of some kind, because the way they carry and the way they speak. Again, you can be important person by doing negative stuff, but again, this is based on the realities and what you choose. So this is your quantum structure, how you basically create a potency and stabilizing structures, season 1, reality within the quantum structure itself, so it's permanent and nobody can come and overtake it to create another hologram and hijack your consciousness. We discussed about the Matrix. Remember the movie Matrix? Well, guess what? It's exactly like that. Okay. So they said from that, the reality is strong in the matrix, because again, the frequency of the vertical vortexes is so potent and precise that builds the most strong reality holograms that can never ever be overtaken. Remember that all realities look like hologram vortexes and is ether life force. You know that. It is like breathing, functional sectors, 7 layers overlapping again and again and again, strong and potent. And they gave the code. So your code to start this knowledge and to activate this is 777 0777. Let me write it down, because I think it's going to get confusing here. So everybody can see it. Okay. It's 7. Let me do it better. 7 7 7 0 7 7 7. You have this. If you remember, this is like a laser. This is a frequency, and that was like almost like a 0 point. Okay, and then again you have 0 7 7 7. They said repeat and create. And they said, and create now, like you're free. Basically, start with this code, 7 layers of 7 layers. Again, for the people into the harmonic reactor on my books from marinajacobi.com, into the harmonic reactor book. There is a frequency and sound, and you have the numbers of the resonances, what it means and what it does in a quantum structure. So they said if you have a repetition of the same number, becomes very potent laser frequency, and this is where it goes locked into the reality. You basically are building stabilizing foundation, like you build in a home. You don't want to build it on something like a sand. You want to build it on a brick because it's very strong, and that's what they're showing. And it's going in correlation with what they were discussing about 7 layers with the 7 holograms overlapping in a spiral sound vibration sequences, vortexes. And that is actually creating. So this is part of the hologram that is created for the new era of coming, that is connected with the hybrids and the new realities, that we have, so this is it. And they said your future family, they said the hybrids. So this was from the hybrids. Remember, the hybrids were the first group that contacted me in 2010. And they're the ones that I did the detox videos from. They're the ones that taught me all that. So I'm ready for your questions. Say hello. Did I say hello to Robert? Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Hello, everyone. That's okay.
I'm so bad. I beg your pardon, Robert. I didn't want to be rude. Okay, what is the first question?
Looks like Marta said, "What hybrids, please? What are they and from where?"
Marta, I can see you haven't seen my material. Okay, you must be new. But basically in 2010, I had a group that connected with me, and they were the ones that actually, they call themselves the hybrids, and they are from hybridization program. Humanity went into previously in the past, which is right now, in the future, and now that created a new race. And they also, this new race took a DNA out of the humans and became a hybrid program, hybrid mutation, because was necessary to preserve the DNA and to preserve the humans. So this very complex information, but basically this is the hybrids. That what they told me, that they have a DNA, but it's not like the humans. It's actually a combination. And they're different hybrids programs, but the ones that I was connected, and the one that protected me and taught me a lot since the beginning, was the hybrids. That it looked like the grays, but they're not this. They were always positive. They always taught me positive. So this is who they are. So if you go back to my teachings in the beginning, you will find out more information about that. Thank you very much. And what is the next question?
Next question is from Patrice. Are you saying we are all hybrids if we are listening to this broadcast?
Again, I'm probably going to lose some people here, but we are all part of this program. Because what's happening now and what already happened, and you create a new reality, remember quantum structure here, don't get confused, is actually somebody right now is destroying your DNA codon. Wake up here. And because of that, needed to be reinstated and repositioned with everything. The original, I had a video that was the super mind, or was the higher mind, that has every single being, the original blueprint of their DNA. And in order for you to continue evolution, because in your DNA, the chakras and everything activates frequency vortexes through the heart that holds the vibration of the portals that you create. This is all knowledge. I keep repeating stuff, but that's okay. I love to do that. You know, that combination creates reality, which was designed originally from consciousness itself, the human being. But if you go ahead and tap into the genome and the DNA codon of the human being, and you start erasing, I'm saying a lot here, DNA, you are going to mutate that being to completely different species, the way you want to go by narrative. And in order humanity to move forward, a lot of extraterrestrial groups, a lot of hybrid programs were designed to tap into our DNA, to reconstruct and preserve the human race because of what is being happening through the years of the GMO food, of the chemicals, of what's happening right now. That's what it's designed, because their consciousness that will like to lock in humanity in their own hologram so they can mutate you to a different species. If you have not realized what's happening, I send a lot of information, you know, and to do that was absolutely necessary to get involved. Because through the quantum structure, if you remember, the quantum structure holds every single reality inside to infinite realities. So if one reality doesn't do well and you allow that reality to completely destroy, it becomes a ripple effect through the structure and starting to connect every single particle reality to infinite, and in turn the entire structure itself. And because the entire structure itself is so powerful, it's got consciousness itself, it will never allow to self-destruct. It will sabotage the structures. But how to create and to preserve, it will be infinite probabilities, because in consciousness you have any type of technology, you have any type of race, and you have any type of experience. How would you know what is destruction and what is something to rebuild when you don't know what they are in the first place? That's why we need to go through that experience right now, so you recognize what that is. And our DNA was tapped in. They're trying to mutate. Why do you think they're going after the Aborigines? What did I discuss about the Aborigines? And I show you videos how they have into their codon, into DNA, cellular memory of who we truly are as species. Why do you think they were going after them to instinct them? Do your research. And you're going to discover the history will be completely rewritten. And there was so much advanced technologies in the past that will blow your mind. Right now, we're in a caveman ages compared to what was really available. But they don't want that for you, because then you cannot be controlled. Well, now is the ascension. Consciousness is moving through the entire platform and will do everything possible. So you will have these programs, and we're all part of it, because I already said that you're already on the reality of the spacecrafts. When you are being into a program to end up helping download yourself into the Earth program. And the Earth program, by the way, was a holographic imprint in the consciousness itself that was holding negative vibration. in consciousness itself and lock you all into a prison of etheric consciousness, where in that prison you were projected their narratives, their frequency, and when you were dropping this hologram, if you remember this from the hybrid programs that I discussed, you lost your memory. Why? Because the frequency of the vibration on this hologram was so low. So you could not possibly withhold, yet they found loopholes of walking in or dropping in people and stuff like this as a consciousness to have the link of the information back and forth. And this is where people like me and something like this is happening. However, you can have people like me and still we can fall through the cracks of the manipulation because it's so tricky. It's trickery everywhere you go to. So I know it's complex, but if you're new here, I may throw you off. Please don't be upset at what I just said. Go to season 1, and I hope that you give me the chance to show you a probability of realities through the quantum structure. Do not shut down anything I said right now just because it's something you may not particularly understand, or I talk about ET, or I talk about programs like this, because the truth is, all of us, by the way, we were dropped into the 3D matrix reality through technology. Why is that? Because they use this hologram as a technology. They projected everything through artificial intelligent AI, hold the vibration, because they cannot exist above this timeline of a frequency like a radio station. They cannot raise the frequency because their heart structure cannot recognize compassion. And the only way they can do is to reconstruct new realities in a certain frequency vibration, and they hold that vibration. And when you were dropped from these realities, holograms, into the hologram, you no longer had some of the memory in it until you were later activated the way, for example, I was. It's very complex. This is super technology, guys. That's why I said if anybody can explain some of it, was me, because I understood the whole process, including the technology. I said since the beginning, do not take AI as a negative. They will project negative through all the stuff that they're trying to do right now. But actually, the way you were dropped into the hologram was from the positive AI that was holding the vibration in your consciousness, project the frequency, so you will be able to lower your own vibration to drop into the hologram etheric structure. Because the only way you can reconstruct this to be from within, to destroy the cancer from within, not from outside. From outside, you can hold the vibration, but who is going to do it from within? You need the soldiers to come in, the special forces. And yet not everybody from the special forces were able to withhold the vibration and the manipulation, because then you lost some of the memory. That's why it was so dangerous. It was an extremely dangerous mission. Somebody dropped you right in the middle of the battlefield and go ahead. And not everybody was able to raise the vibration to a certain extent to be able now to download information with that connection. Because in the meantime, you overtake somebody's basically blueprint, and you stop putting yourself into their reality so you can continue the structure. It's very complex. I know it's very complex. I'm glad for these questions, because maybe if we have this question little by little, I will explain more. And please, guys, if you're new, go back to season 1, study this material. Don't drop yourself directly into this. You can watch that, but while you're watching this, please start from season 1, or I promise you're going to get confused. It's too complex, and I don't want to throw you off by telling you, you know what, you're in a hologram in a spacecraft and somebody's dropping you, and you will think that I completely lost my mind, because it sounds like it. But if you know technology, if you know quantum structure, you will realize exactly this is what happened. Because if you watch the movie The Matrix, exactly this is what happened. And it sounds crazy, but not when you learn the quantum structure and the technology that exists through the AI. Then you're going to realize that this is possible because your body holds specific vibration. When you project specific frequency, your mind creates vortexes. They project a frequency vibration around your entire structure in 360 degrees. And you start in creating back and forth reality within the reality of different expressions of yourself in your own hologram to create structures. So if somebody knows that modality, they can project anything you want when you locked in into their structure, and they can reconstruct your thoughts, emotions, and heart to resonate on their fractal momentum, not the original codon that you carry from consciousness itself, because any frequency could be mutated into a new one. And because of that, look how simple it is to mutate their reality. But you believe so much was embedded in you, indoctrinated in you, and like a brainwashing that this is not possible. This is the only way, that you didn't know that there are other realities of existence, even extraterrestrials. How many years it took for them to say that they were extraterrestrials? And in the meantime, we have a fleet that goes in through portals and everything else. Right now, consciousness is to such a level that they said to me, drip by drip by drip, the information will be given. Because within the collective of our planet, not everybody, no matter how smart you are, will be able to understand all this material at once. And you can get into a shock. And they don't want to put anybody in fear. That's why all the information, if you watch my materials, you will see that everything was step by step. I didn't even know that the hybrid's going to talk to me. Obviously, every moment I say I'm going to do Q&A, somebody's going to come in and more information. And it's actually the next level of something that they previously said. Because I was told about long time ago that two simultaneous reality you exist in, and I really thought that I was losing my mind until I've learned the quantum structure and until I start seeing how is this possible through the fields of reality. And it's fascinating what we can create, what can we achieve. You've got to understand that all this that's happening right now in a planet can stop in a second. At the moment, if anybody raises the frequency of their understanding and you don't consent as a collective, and they finish just like that. The challenge is that takes a momentum, slowly people to wake up, because everybody was indoctrinated, all allowed to be indoctrinated in a certain level. Some people are more indoctrinated than the other, but let's not think that of indoctrination. Let's think that of potency of the vibration. How much negative potency of their structure you allowed yourself to take in. So now you're vibrating on their structure. Well, that could be mutated, but are you going to allow somebody to tell you something different? And are you going, your ego, to come up front and not allowing you to think anything else except following orders like a sheep? This is exactly what's happening right now. Logic is out of the window. Nobody's listening to the doctors. They're firing doctors out of the hospitals. Whoever does not want to consent. Does that make sense to you? And then who can guarantee you if something happens to you that you will be able to mutate? Would you willing to play a Russian roulette with your body? Nobody can guarantee you. Okay, so be clever. And why would you put yourself in the position through fear? Except you're going through fear to consent because you can mutate it. I suggest, why don't play the Russian roulette and try to mutate your structure to give you a scenario so you never have to do this. Because consent is through fear. Okay. Fear lowers the vibration, but guess what? This is the reason they constantly project TVs and movies to keep constantly your vibration between the heart, the mind, with a constant resonance of a lower sequences, because the lower sequences will keep you in a 3D structure matrix. Because if right now you stop the TV and you go to nature, naturally the nature, everything, fresh diet, vegan diet or whatever you choose to do, or start detoxing, it will raise naturally your frequency. Why? Because your original codon is part of the consciousness structures itself. And naturally, you're going to start raising the vibration. That was the original blueprint for consciousness of the human race, to drop you in a hologram. So you start expanding and learning and stuff like this. Somebody realized that there's a loophole, and they hijack your consciousness by projecting constantly whatever they want. And you don't even know that it's something else or where you're coming from. But how genius was that? Well, now it's time to convert all that. Now it's time to wake up. Don't hate anybody. It's their survival. So what? But didn't we learn? Didn't you grow? And now when you go into your galactic family and you have this knowledge, imagine how easy you will be able to transform as soon as you see something. The way I see how they're trying to make this country into socialist, totalitarian structure, I can see it right from the beginning. I can say, guys, they're telling you mandate here, mandate there, which is totally against the human race of freedom of choice. But in the meantime, you have illegals coming through the borders and nobody's checking anything. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. And did you hear one of the senators what he had to say about the illegals, what's really happening with these poor people? That they were really gave everything what they have in order to come here, hope for new life, and they being manipulated, and who knows what they transferring them and what to do, because they manipulate, because the cartel is running the entire border and how much money they have to pay. I think it was the senator from Florida. He had a full speech. I posted on my Facebook page, and sure enough, only one person saw it, because I'm shadow banned. But it says there exactly in his words what they do and what's really happening on the border. Why would somebody allow something like this? Because, again, how do you destruct a nation? Not from outside. It's from within. So don't be surprised why we were dropped from within to destroy everything and convert it into positive. That's what they're trying to do to your country of America. So it's time to wake up, and it's time to take a freedom back. I'm doing my part. What is your part? What do you do for others? Did you stand up? Did you take an action? Did you connect to a lawyer? Did you connect with the whole company of employees and said, that is wrong. I want to have a choice. How dare you telling me? And how dare stopping me? And you allowing some manipulative person to tell you what you should do? What about doing the research? What is inside? Why it should be experimental? And why they had something that you cannot open to see what is in this stuff inside for 55 years? Do you remember that? Who in the right mind is going to do something like that? What do you have to hide? So once you start asking the questions, the truth will be brutal. But the strongest will be able to hold that vibration and transform it, because now it's time for the true leaders to come out and lead this nation to the new beginning. And I want you guys to be part of that, because you are the leaders. But emanate that in a daily life, be strong, and think of yourself as transforming everybody around you with your knowledge, not to overtake their consciousness, but express your opinion if you wish to do so, and let them choose whatever they wish to do. You cannot overtake somebody's consciousness. Even quantum structure, even if one person is listening to you, remember that that one person is your entire universe in a now, and based how you project towards that person, how you act towards that person, that's what you're shifting the next hologram into from the same frequency. And if you do this with consistency, it becomes a potent vibration of similar resonance, and you lock yourself permanently in outcomes of positive. Even if you have a challenge, it will end up with a positive outcome if you learn how to withstand that vibration of mutation. Okay, thank you so much for your questions. I'm very grateful for your support. I love you guys, and I will.
Hey, Marina.
Quick. Yes.
Hey, Marina. Oh, You just had a couple of people ask questions about the numbers.
Maybe yeah, what about?
Well, Thomas asked, does 11, 11, 11 mean repeat or number 11 3 times? And then Rebecca said, could you show us an example of how to do the intention? Is this a humming tone meditation, or how do we apply the numbers?
Oh, the numbers, you can just say them, and it's not 11, 11. I don't have 11, 11 here. This is 7. This is 7, 7, 7, 0, 7, 7, 7. Then you have the line, if you remember, and then it's 0, 7, 7, 7. That's your code. I don't have 11 here. But if you read from the previous numbers, you just look at them, that will penetrate in your consciousness. Into the harmonic reactor, if you remember, I had this meditation. I want you to follow that. Follow this. Is geometric meditation, 47 degree Stargate activation. Learn how this is done. It's very important, and you can repeat these numbers with that. Put the numbers into it. This meditation is the original blueprint of how reality is conducting and building the frequencies of the vibration. Okay, very important to understand that. The meditation is not just a meditation, it's how you reconstruct the realities. Very important. And for everybody that is new, guys, please, you gotta go, because I can see how come we have 117 and all of a sudden 54. That means people are watching the first video and not continuing to study the next structure. In order for you to understand all that and to really start mutating, you have to really implement that. So the numbers, they open up portals, they open vibration, and you're going to study this from the meditation right here. Uploads, and usually that meditation was in season 4. So if you go to season 4 and always press, and you will find it. I have a lot of videos. But in season 4, you have different meditation too. This is quantum manifestation. After quantum manifestation, shortcut for everybody that is new, protocol to manifest potency is going to show you exactly why. So that is a very good question. So if you watch this video, protocol to manifest potency after quantum manifestation and after this 47 degrees, watch this video. Season 4, episode 9 is very important because it's giving us, and they show us the quantum structure of what's happening when you do that. Once you understand the alchemy, it's going to be very easy for you to understand why you need to do the numbers. And into my book, download books over here in the harmonic reactor. Thanks for your donation. If you have, it's greatly appreciated. You download the book. Into this platform, guys, you have frequency and sound. I don't know what page was that, but frequency and sound was showing each structure what, for example, number 7 means. Maybe we can find it. And we're talking over here about the grids, positive and negative, vertical, whatever is it's a lot of information in this book. I know some scientists got it, but they were quantum physicists. And a couple of them understood what I was talking about. But in this platform is showing you basically the frequency and sound vibration, what it does and what it means in a quantum structure, and how you can create realities. This is how manifestation is happening. We have a lot of this information over here. I have so much here, guys. If you keep reading this, this shows here how is reality within a reality. Each time you fluctuate, you create a new reality, and it's infinite. And each reality for itself creates infinite realities. Let me just find it. Have patience with me, please, guys. Thank you so much for being here, because I'm trying to find it. It's so much in my mind. I'm trying to do a lot, but I'm showing you how much information is here. And when you start reading, remember, the book is in code. It activates your DNA because you're creating exactly what you see here, these vortexes. And you start creating a structure of the frequency that is in the book. And that's why it's so important to read it, even if you may not understand it. Okay, where is that? Metatronic conversion. Over here, you have something, again, we're talking positive and negative polarity. In Metatronic conversion was talking about the heart and how you actually can heal from the frequency of the heart. I wish I had a scientist that's really going to do this with me because I can prove it. Frequency and sound. Here it is, guys. This is basically on page 47 in the Harmonic Reactor book. Is showing you here a lot of information. You actually have a video I did with Ron Steele. I tune his frequency and sound with the water, and I give you how you can energize water for 20 minutes in 3 hertz, 70 hertz, and 90 hertz, 20 minutes each. I have a whole hour video if you want to balance your now. Here it is, numbers and frequency. That's what I was talking about. So let's see what's number. Basically what they're giving here, what that was from the Pleiadians, my galactic family. They gave me the books. Okay, they downloaded the information. Now they show here that into the quantum structure, each sound wave of a frequency has its meaning. Number 1 hertz, for example, what it does in a field, what does it do, this type of frequency. Number 2 hertz is showing the opening, but then they discuss that you can actually do combination of different things. Okay, what is it doing? And number 7, for example, is not staying only in one field, but penetrates more than 2 to 3 fields. Here we go, right there. 7 hertz has incredible power when it's combining with 200 plus hertz, but this is for now. Basically, when you do the combination, is right there, is proven to you, because remember what they were saying, it's create potency. Here it goes, it create potency, it penetrates to the fields, and that's why they gave us 777, because if you read underneath here, it was telling that when you have a repetition of the same, basically becomes more potent within the structure and stabilizing the structure. And so right there is a proof exactly what I was talking and what they were saying. So for anybody that wish to energize water, I believe it's with Ron Steele into my videos. I actually have the video of frequency and sound. And you can actually energize water, and is, I believe, 1 hour about this. And I think I put it here. Here it is. Go to detox video, open the detox video, and you will find Marina Jacobi frequency and sound healing is right here. And when you open it, you're gonna have basically, I don't know what happened. You're basically gonna have a whole hour of how I did it and what you need to do, and that will be stabilizing basically your frequency, so it stays on a proper resonance. And I found out was the proper resonance was from 70 hertz and 90 hertz. 3 hertz, you do that. So if you look into the books, 3 hertz, basically, let me show you the proof for that, so I don't just sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. 3 hertz prepares all energy for operation for the fields. When you do 3 hertz in the water, is actually cleansing your structure. So the 70 hertz energetic force and 90 hertz balance to come into the structure is almost before operation. When your operation table, how did they clean everything in your skin? So they remove all the bacteria. Well, that's what it does in the energetic field, number 3 hertz in combination. When you put only 3 hertz, and you can download from that video, you're gonna see that you need to download it's a free tone it's an online tone generator, and I have the link there, so you can actually start doing this if you want to do this in a daily basis once in a while. There also you can customize specific frequency, but I can customize on person because I cannot tell you. But this, they said 3 hertz of 20 minutes every field in that video that I just showed you. With Ron Steele. Again, go to detox videos, press this, and you're gonna see it is right here. In this video, I'm showing you exactly how to do the protocol. If you just want to do this for yourself, that will be very beneficial for everybody. So I want to thank you so much. Thanks so much for your support. Thanks so much for your donations. I'm very grateful. And I will see you next
Marina?
Saturday. Yes.
Actually, one more thing. Next Saturday is Christmas.
Oh, is it? Oh my
and then
God.
the following Saturday is New Year's Day. So I don't know if you want to change.
Okay, well,
days
let
the
me
next
play
two
that by ear.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do Friday night. Let me know how you feel about that.
Or Sundays might be easier.
But maybe we can take a breather or take a break, and maybe I can see you after New Year. Let me make a decision of that, because I'm not really sure. But I want to thank you so much for your support, and happy holidays to everybody if I don't see you. Okay, bye. I love you. Bye-bye.